So I'm working on rigging my john boat and my fishing rods in the pursuit of getting a large blue catfish.
I want to catch giant blue
Catfish. Something I've been thinking about for many years, doing research on it, reading up on it, including recently been doing research and made a trip up the James River near Richmond with my john boat. Only caught a couple small ones. Getting ready for my second attempt. This weekend is 4th of July weekend, and 3 days. We get Monday off. Doing a little more research, getting ready. I found an article that basically said I'm stupid for trying to catch catfish in the daytime in the middle of the summer heat. So I did all this prep, only to have to wait until fall to use it, I guess. What am I going to do instead with the 3-day 4th of July weekend coming up? Plan B. Plan B goes like this. Step 1. Load up Hobie Adventure Island sailing kayak with fishing gear and head out to Rudy. I will leave out of Rudy. Get there, have breakfast on the water by 7 a.m. Step 2. Kayak over to the bridge that crosses the inlet and catch some croaker by 9:30 a.m. to avoid strong outgoing tide with stiff incoming breeze. This is hazardous. Step 3. Sail out to the Kingston and Selenite wreck 5 miles offshore. Step 4. Use croaker to catch small shark. Step 5. Use a piece of this small shark to catch a big shark. This was the main goal. It was a complicated plan with lots of danger and little chance of success. So I started preparing immediately. So I changed my preparations and rigs accordingly, aiming for Sunday, as Weather.com was predicting no rain and 5 to 10 mile-an-hour winds, perfect for sailing on Sunday, but a 60% chance of thunderstorms on Monday. So I got all ready by Saturday night to go out Sunday. Checked sailflow.com Saturday night just to make sure, but sailflow.com is predicting 25 mile-an-hour winds on Sunday for a period of about 3 hours. So let's see. If I go Sunday, I'll probably get flipped by the wind and the waves. That's no fun. I'd lose all my gear. And with my 16-foot carbon fiber mast, going Monday could mean getting fried by lightning. But if this happens, it will all be over quick. Probably won't even feel it, so...
Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
So I got up at 3:30 a.m. Monday morning, executed steps 1 and 2 of Plan B by catching 3 croaker underneath the Rudy Inlet Bridge, and started heading out of the inlet by 9:45 a.m. Indeed, it was getting choppy as I went through the inlet, but it was manageable. I headed out to sea underneath a sky filled with blue-gray clouds. Very soon the wind picked up and it started raining. After about a half hour of this, I started to feel cold. About another 45 minutes later, I started having full body shivers. A little past noon, I started thinking about turning back. I'm only about 2/3 of the way there, then time fishing, and then the long trip back. And the sky looked the same in every direction all the way to the horizons. On the other hand, I spent a lot of time and effort to get to this point. Who knows, maybe it'll stop raining and I'll warm up. Onwards. Indeed, as I made the last turn eastward, as seen on the edge of this map, it looked like it was getting a little brighter in that direction. I started zooming my GPS in every few minutes. And then all of a sudden, I was there. And the sky above me brightened up, and it stopped raining. I started feeling warm and happy.
Start
Fishing. I anchored up over the wreck and put out a bag of chum. Took out one of those croakers, hooked it up through the mouth and up through the skull. Right through the center of the skull to make it secure. And I dropped it down 10 to 15 feet. And while it soaked, I ate a sandwich. About a half hour after I finished that sandwich, I heard my clicker go zip zip. And then nothing. So I reeled in and I saw my bait was gone. So that was a powerful bite. So I know I'm about to catch something a little more interesting than a croaker this time. So I got another croaker, which I caught this morning, and this time I hooked it through the back. This time the shark took the bait before I was even able to disengage the drag to drop the bait down into the water. It took it right at the surface. I guess it had been circling the boat the whole time I was putting the croaker on the hook and getting ready to drop it in. And by the way, I'm using a 12-aught circle hook on 80-pound monofilament. It's 80-pound monofilament leader. The main line is 40-pound braided. And the croaker was about 9 inches that the shark took, the bait. Now in this footage you will see me preparing the shark to use as bait for catching a bigger shark. Here you see the rig. I don't know the size designation of that hook, but I can tell you that it is much bigger than that 12-aught I used to catch the smaller shark. And I think the leader is 250 pound mono. So again, I dropped down about 15 feet and let her soak. And I let her soak, and after about half hour started thinking that my plan might not work. I had tried using a big piece of a small shark in the Chesapeake Bay. I let it soak for a couple hours, and I never got even a teeth mark on it. But so I started thinking about that last croaker, maybe putting it on, catching another small shark, and when my clicker made another zip zip noise. And then this.
Something took that big shark. It's hanging on here. I'm just let it go for a little bit.
You can't hear it in this video, but my drag is screaming pretty good right now. Switching over to the main drag system from the lighter drag system, which I had preset to equal the same force. And now slowly tightening the main drag down tighter and tighter to set that hook and to fight the fish.
Probably on anchor here. Anchor behind, it's on a float. This is one of my
By this time I can tell I got a real shark on the line, and I'm not going to be able to fight it stationary too well. I need it to get tired, so I'm going to let it do the work instead of me doing the work. I'm trying to untie my anchor line. I have a, you see a red balloon there. I can pick that, come back and pick that, that setup up at a later time. So right now I've got a slip knot tied, attaching the anchor line to the boat, and I'm having trouble with it though. My slip knots only come undone when I don't want them to. I had it come undone by accident twice up to this point, and now with a big fish on the line, I can't get it to release. There it is. Oh, the shark's coming right at me. The shark continued to pull me like this for about an hour. It was taking line, giving line back, and I was averaging about 1.5 miles an hour for about an hour. When apparently the shark got too tired to continue to stay down while pulling the boat forward, so it switched tactics and started pulling more in a downward direction, pulling almost straight down, bending my rod tip down. This happened, you can see where my cursor is on the screen here. So that's where he kind of switched tactics. You see the round waypoint marker, that ball. That's where I first hooked him up and where I disconnected from the anchor. So that's about 1.5 miles that he told me before he switched tactics and started drifting back inshore.
See the leader. Yeah, I see. See the leader. Close.
Touch the leader. That's a catch.
Let's see if I can see him.
Now the purpose of the rest of the fight is to get us a good look at this thing.
Oh, I see.
So the fish continued with these bulldogging tactics for about another half an hour. And at that time, I looked at my Lowrance display and saw that it was past 6 o'clock. So I have to think about how I'm going to end this. So you're going to see, I'm going to take the GoPro camera from its mount, hold it in one hand while I hold the rod in the other, pinching the line between the rod and my thumb to put extra drag on the line while pulling the fish up with one arm as hard as I can, trying to get it on camera. And here it is. And that's my 40-pound braid giving out. Fine, and that's actually good timing because I really have to get back now.
That's it.
Now that outrigger you see is 9 feet long, and the shark appears to be approximately 2/3 the length of the outrigger, which puts it at a 6-foot long shark. And according to this research paper, most sharks that are 6 feet long weigh about 90 pounds. So that's a 6 foot long, 90-pound shark of some sort, probably a sandbar shark. I'm not exactly sure about it. On the way out, I had a tack into a strong easterly breeze. That easterly breeze was still there when I was ready to head back in, helping me on my way. I was averaging about 5 miles an hour, almost, or maybe more. And for a straight shot in, I got back to the dock at 7:30. And that's the end of that adventure. Till next time, sports fans.